All right, in sort of our last little video, we're going to cover how the actual slime gets formed, right? And so what we're going to imagine is that our glue is sort of what we call a polymer. And so a polymer is a big molecule made up of lots of smaller units stuck together, right? So in our polymer, we have lots of smaller molecules, which we represent by the blue spheres. But those are all bonded together into a bigger molecule, or a macromolecule, as we call it. And the polymer where the clear glue is made out of is called polyvinyl alcohol. So it's got lots of little sticky groups hanging off the side of the big molecule. Now Jello is actually based on gelatin, and gelatin is a big protein called collagen, which is chopped up into small pieces. But the protein collagen is used to kind of make rubbery, natural fibers. And so when we chop it up into gelatin, it still contains a lot of those, sticky fiber-like forming properties. So when we actually mix our Jello and our glue together, we actually make a network. And what happens is our big molecules of glue, right, our polymer of glue, is actually bonded together, or sort of hooked together, like sort of represented with the Jello. So the Jello kind of sticks different parts of the glue together and makes it overall a bigger structure. And so it's much harder for that big structure to move than the individual polymer chains to move around. That's why the slime is so much stickier, gooier, stretchier than the actual glue itself or the Jello itself, because we're using the Jello to kind of stick all the different pieces of the glue together to make a bigger network type structure. The key thing is that the Jello bonds to the glue through what we call hydrogen bonds. So these are kind of like a bit like Velcro. So we can actually take apart Velcro and put it back together in a slightly different configuration. And that's kind of what happens when we squish or stretch our Jello. We take it, we stretch it, the actual network changes shape, right? The position at which we have the glue bits stuck to the Jello bits changes, and we get a different configuration in the process. The material is able to be stretched or rearranged in some way. So hopefully that's kind of a nice, visual description of what's happening when we make a Jello glue slime. And obviously this idea would apply to lots of other slimes as we'll see later on. Thanks a lot.